Hello and good evening. I'm Charles Coe.
I'm Porter Hewitt.
And this is Channel 4 News reporting to you live.
Today we'll explore the current perception Americans have towards immigrant policies and dig deeper to find if America truly accepts everyone.
This concluding presidential debate has stricken many immigrants with fear and opened up the door to discrimination and stereotypical comments. Along with recent political developments, social tensions are at a high. Where do these issues derive from?
Well, Charles, we've heard of some research at UT concerning the myth that America has always accepted everyone. Reporting to us live on site is our senior correspondent, Jose Flores. How are you doing, Jose? Can you hear us?
Thank you, guys. This is Jose Flores reporting live from UT Research Centers. Today I had the honor to have next to me one of the biggest experts on the immigration field, Dr. Debbie.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, Dr. Debbie, can you tell me a little bit about the latest research ventures?
So we sat down with 3 to 4 people and spoke about the myth that America has always accepted everybody. We framed the dialogues by beginning with a lighter question and gradually increasing the intensity and then ending it with a lighter one. The questions we used for the dialogue were as follows. Explain your prior knowledge pertaining to the acceptance of immigrants in the U.S., such as laws, acts, reforms, and/or personal experiences. Have you had any personal experiences with an immigrant who has migrated from the U.S.? If so, what experiences did they have, and how did it mold your perception of immigrants? How do you feel about the current immigration laws, and do you think this accurately reflects how the American people's ideals and values? What is the ideal immigrant by American standards, and how has this idea changed over the years? How have recent events and media shaped your opinions on immigration? And has America always accepted all immigrants with open arms? We had 4 members in the group, which means we had 4 separate dialogues and research sample groups.
Can you tell me how did that process go? How did people respond to your question?
Right, so the dialogue process was a little bit tricky at first. It was a little difficult getting people to open up and break the ice, essentially. But as the conversation went on, it became easier for people to facilitate the conversation.
What did you discover from this study?
Well, I discovered that this dialogue is not something that people talk about often, clearly because it was so difficult to talk about at first, even though a lot of people might agree with the topic that America hasn't always been accepting to immigrants.
All right. Thank you, Dr. David, for your time.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure to have me back to the studio.
Breaking news. I'm Barles, Charles's twin brother. I'm here with Aaron and Alex, additional members of the UT Research Center. They have new revelations on the immigration project going on. Let's see what they have to say. So what are these new findings exactly?
Well, we asked our interviewers to explain the prior knowledge concerning the acceptance of immigrants. Gina explained both the historical and personal sides of the issues, the persecution of the Eastern Europeans during the immigrants during the 1900s, the 40s and the 50s with the Chinese, World War II with the Japanese, Middle Eastern discrimination, like terrorism, stuff like that. And then Sandra described her parents' experiences as feeling accepted.
Go on.
Well, we asked them both about their personal experiences. Gina described her parents immigrating here. Her dad came here in the 70s, and the town they went to was not very populated. There was a lot of pressure on him to conform to American society. On the other hand, her mom was having actually a lot more difficulties experiencing the English language because it was very difficult for her to speak. This causes Gina to feel more sympathetic towards current immigrants for their struggles, especially in language. Sandra also described her parents' immigration. Both of her parents had received their master's degrees and knew English very well. So actually, it was pretty easy for them to get knowledge about the place they were living in and all that.
Excellent, excellent. Thanks, Aaron. Now moving on to Alex.
Well, we then asked them about the ideal immigrant by American standards and if that image has changed throughout the years. Both of them shared similar ideas. In the past, immigrants should have come from the same background and religion. Today, they think the ideal immigrant is someone with a higher education and who has an upper-class job, such as an engineer or doctor, rather than a day laborer. Recent events and media have deeply affected their opinions on immigration. Not that this has swayed them, but it has helped Gina feel more strongly about their opinions of immigration and has forced Sandra to form her own opinion. Our statement that we wanted people to consider was America has always accepted all immigrants. When we asked our interviewees what they thought about this statement, both of them disagreed immediately, saying that this statement has never been true, but maybe someday it can be.
That was great, guys. Thank you, Aaron and Alex. Back to the studio. Thank you, Jose. Very interesting interview. It has become evident that the power of dialogue and these thought-provoking questions have been able to depict how citizens feel towards immigration.
Dialogue has been an extremely effective tool because it forcefully engages the other individual to interact and defend his or her own stance on a topic.
Now, when discussing a highly controversial topic such as immigration, formulating questions prior to the conversation can facilitate the flow of communication and ease some tension. One of the most important and crucial aspects of dialogue does not revolve around speaking, but listening to the other individual. By doing so, you will both receive and understand each other's point of view and how prior experiences have molded their opinions.
Well said, Charles. Thank you all for watching us on Channel 4 News. Catch us tomorrow night as we discuss Trump's developing staff.
Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Channel 4 News for You. Good night and stay classy, Austin.
So high.
Ready?
Yes.
Hi, Borals here, Charles' twin brother.
Thank you.
Hi.
This causes China to feel more sympathetic.